Hey everybody, my name is Donna. Welcome on in if you're new, and welcome on back if you aren't. I kind of want to talk about my take about my experience with Joann's and what has been happening as like post closure of their over 800 stores, and it's kind of surprising to hear about that. So apparently, my take of it, my experience of Joann's is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I had no ill will against them or anything like that, and I've always been like, I always found going to Joann's pretty nice. Every time I went to the store that was nearby me at the time, I had nothing but good experiences with them. So it was interesting to hear that they were closing down all their stores by the end of May, which a month and a half after they closed, a lot of stuff has been happening. So when I found out that they were closing, I think I found out about it in like March or April, late March, early April, and stuff. So I short notice, very short notice, and because I don't own a car, I wasn't able to travel to and from Joann to actually buy enough yarn to be able to make teddy bears for a while, because I buy the baked twist plush yarn from them to make the teddy bears. So I wasn't. After they closed, I was like, damn, I didn't get the chance to actually travel from where I lived to get over there to buy the stuff. I also didn't have enough time because I was going between my second semester in college and also going to various events to actually sell some stuff. So I wasn't able to actually like go between back and forth just to buy all the stuff that I needed, right? Then shortly before they closed down, I actually found out that Michaels was going to be buying some stuff, and apparently they actually acquired Joann's intellectual property and private label brands, including Big Twist Yarn. And I was right, like almost right away. I called their customer service number, and they told me that it was going to be coming out later this year. How much later, I didn't know at the time. And then I did some more research and found out that Hirschner's brand a store that's mainly considered mostly online retail brand that sells arts and crafts and stuff. I found out that they were going to be obtaining some baked twist stuff. So I called them and I found out that they were going to be starting to sell stuff as early as July, which now is, by the time I'm recording this, it's already mid-July. And I was like, okay, cool. And Hirschner's started to post up some stuff. If you guys ever look up their store, their online website, they actually have they don't have a lot of different stuff, but I'm gonna actually show you guys what they do have. And based off of what I'm seeing right here, they only have so far 6 different items, and I'm gonna show you guys right here. They first started with only having 3. I forget which ones they started off with, but these are the 6 items that they have from Big Twist so as far as I know. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna like either buy an alternative for for my teddy bears while I wait for the Big Twist plush yarn to come out, or I'll just keep with the backup that I actually have chosen for the teddy bears. So then at least I'll have something along the way, and say, oh, like, hey, this is a new updated version of the teddy bears. So yeah, that that kind of sucks that I have to like switch around some stuff, but it's in the end it's gonna be worth it. So I'm very happy about that. And then I did also find out since I called Michaels that now they are releasing their the Big Twist yarn from on their on their like not only their website but also I think unless I've been proven wrong, I think also their stores in the fall. Now, do I know for sure whether or not they're gonna be carrying the specific type of yarn that I'm looking for from Big Twist. I don't. I no. I don't know 100%. But as far as I know, that in general they're going to be carrying Big Twist yarn, and that is not the biggest concern that I've actually noticed, which is actually this. Now, I'm gonna show you this. Now, I don't know too much about it, and this is based off what the AI overview is telling me. And it does say down here, AI responses may include mistakes. For legal advice, consult a professional. So this might not be accurate, but as far as I know, that this is what is kind of showing me here, the information. And it does say that a group of Joann's suppliers is suing 7 Joann's executives, alleging they were misled about the company's financial health after its first bankruptcy, leading to over $40 million in losses. Now, the person that they're putting the most blame towards is a is an uh, interim interim executive called his name is Michael Prendergast. I could be wrong on this stuff. So apparently earlier this, like sometime within the past year, they filed their first bankruptcy, and a whole bunch of suppliers were told something in the midst of just got their financial situation dealt with. They have the money to cover all the stuff, and they were requesting the suppliers to actually send them stuff, uh, so then they can actually have stuff to sell. Now, it's kind of interesting that this has kind of happened, because it's like now, like there's a few executives, mainly Prendergast being blamed, and that like now, because like they were basically told something different, and then in actuality they're not doing as good as they wanted to, and like within a year they're now they had to like actually sell their assets to a private, like a third company, through I think like a private company or something like that, so then they could actually end up getting their losses could be covered. However, what does this mean for the suppliers? This could mean like they're losing out money essentially, and it kind of sucks because I'm thinking about like as a small business owner, I don't want I don't want the stuff that I actually worked hard to put together, and like I'm supplying somebody the stuff. I don't want to be like losing out on money. And I can respectfully understand that the people involved are suing the executives from the now no longer active Joann's store or brand. I can understand in that aspect as a small business owner myself. I don't like that. That would have gotten me angry if I supplied stuff to you out of like after being told like, oh yeah, no, we have the money, we're gonna pay you, like just please put it on credit for us, and then I end up not getting the money, and I'm lost out of like who knows how much money, based off because they had over 800 stores. I would have been so mad if I had to supply enough stuff for over 800 plus stores, only to for you to close your ship because you filed chapter 11 bankruptcy for the second time within a year, and I'm now losing who knows how much money, like cuz even I don't know how much money several of these suppliers have um several of these suppliers have lost just by supplying stuff to Joann's. So as of right now, though, there are legal proceedings that are happening where the lawsuit was like, as far as from what I'm reading here, again, I don't know how accurate this is. I'm basing it off what I'm seeing here. The lawsuit had been filed, but through state court, but now it's going through federal court, and the response that Joann, the legal team, has been giving was they're trying to get either the lawsuit dismissed or getting it included on the ongoing bankruptcy proceedings in Delaware, the state of Delaware. And I'm like, if it's considered in under federal court, wouldn't it need to go to a federal judge, not state judge? That's kind of weird, but it does say that there's like sorry, some potential outcomes is that the suppliers may have like a limited amount of recourse to recovering their losses, and, and depending on the outcome of the lawsuit in the bankruptcy proceedings, they might based on the determination of based on like how it goes, it can determine whether they can recoup their losses, at least somewhat. And if you guys don't know the legal jargon, I actually kind of researched a bit about it. I'm not a professional in legal lingo, so anything that involves law or anything like that, I'm not a professional. But based off of like what I've seen and what I've learned and what I've kind of picked up, I feel like it could always be like if the lawyers on Joann's legal team, if they try to fight for it, they might play like the long game, where they try to like keep pushing, keep delaying it until whoever's legal team is for the suppliers runs out of money. So it could go either way, as far as I know. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not sure how accurate this information that I'm seeing right here is. Again, like this is based off AI overview, so I have no idea. I don't know. There could be some mistakes in here, but as far as I know, even the Wall Street Journal. Hold on, the Wall Street Journal covered this. Hello. Oh yeah, they did. Here we go. Like, look. Joann suppliers allege executives hid its dire financial state. And retailer seeks to shut down vendor lawsuit blaming the executives for $40 million in losses stemming from bankruptcy liquidation. So apparently from this actually kind of clarifies, this entire thing kind of clarifies everything. But again, I don't I don't have a subscription for this, but as far as I know, it looks like they're going to be blaming somebody from the executive side if this goes to the federal judge, the Joann's legal team. Which is kind of interesting because that would mean somebody has to take the blame, and it seems like they're focusing on Michael Prendergast based off the research I've done. So if anything, I am going to be very interested in finding out how this is going to play out. And as someone who's currently going to school for English and Asian languages and cultures, those are the two majors I'm taking. It would be cool to actually understand this and like see it not only as a sort of like a like a perspective of not only into like what other lawyers' perspective of it is, but also kind of see it in a way where like how can I simplify something out of this all of this like interesting lawyer lingo that I'm seeing out of all this. So it's gonna be interesting how I'm gonna read it and like view it in an as an in the perspective of an English major, and also somebody that's about to take about to take a class in government politics in China and Japan. So it'll be interesting to see this and kind of view this in a perspective that maybe I could understand it somewhat if I do the research properly. So hopefully things go great. I hope the suppliers can get something back. But again, there's so many things that could potentially like either harm or help them. So hopefully they can actually win. I don't know for sure how they're gonna win, but hopefully things will go good. I have faith. If I have faith as a small business owner, I have faith. Anyway, I think that's the whole thing that I can talk about Joann's. Again, I don't have any personal like hate towards Joann's or anything like that. Um, this is based off like the information I gathered, which may or may not be entirely true, on how it has been gathered into like one simple thing. But as far as I know, things happen. Hopefully, the people who actually win can win. Yeah, that's all I can say. This is my take. This is my take. Don't come after me. This is just the take that I'm seeing so far. So, still kind of trying to be unbiased on all of this. So, don't hate me. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.